Full name?
Dr. Kamaruddin Korku Hussein.
Doc again.
Kamaruddin Korku Hussein.
Doc, your position here?
I'm the medical superintendent of the facility. I'm the head of the facility.
All right. Doc, it looks like
challenges, infrastructure development over here. I know for sure about the maternity aspect of it. Can you elaborate to us?
Yes, the maternity, you know, the Manhyia hospital, we see a lot of maternal cases. So when you go to the maternity, for instance, you know, we do almost about 80 deliveries in a week. And that 80 deliveries, looking at the maternity, the space there is very small. So we were lucky we contacted the king who has organized and got some NGOs who is helping to expand the maternity for us. So it is under construction. So that one has been taken care of, even though it's not yet complete. But we hope that if it is done, that congestion at the maternity will be done. And then when you look at the number of cases that we see, the OPD attendant is one of the highest, apart from Confanoche. It's one of the highest. So it actually called for expansion, in fact, actual complete renovation of the hospital to expand, to take space. We need more space in the hospital. Apart from that, the number of specialists in the facility, as I said earlier, you have a lot of specialists in this facility. All the basic specialty that you need, they are available. And I said it earlier on, you look at the pathologists, there are very few in the country. So there are only 2 in the Ghana Health Service, and we have one here, the other one is in Accra. So that one is serving the whole of Ashanti when it comes to, apart from Confanoche. So apart from that, infrastructure, it is our main challenge that we have. Expansion, we need equipments. We have some equipments, but when they break down, just because of the sheer number of patients that we see, things seem to break down very often, and we need to be replacing them often.
all right. Now, Doc, let's talk about recent development at your facility. There is this man who complained that he brought his wife here, and the wife died. In fact, they were running a glucometer. They were testing for his sugar level and other stuff. Let me first and foremost ask you: can you confirm or can you say that it was a negligence on the part of the hospital?
Oh, it cannot be a negligence, because the case that you are talking about had been on admission for almost 3 days. And then I was just having a discussion with the brother of the husband of the deceased person. And they indicated that we were happy with the service that we provided to them. There was absolutely no problem with the service that was provided to them, because we were checking their sugar regularly as it's supposed to be done per the protocol that is available to everybody. So we will not say there's any negligence as far as that case is concerned.
Is it a convention that anybody who is tested for sugar level is made to pay for 10 Ghana cedis for every test run on a person?
Yes, that is the allegation that is raised, and we are going to investigate that one to find out the allegation.
It is not a convention as far as this particular...
It is not a convention. It is not a convention. Especially if the person doesn't have insurance, normally we'll bill you, put it down, and then give you your bill. That maybe this is the amount of money that you are owing before the person is discharged. But I don't have it offhand, the cost per all the laps that is done. So we are going to investigate that one and find out exactly what actually happened as regards to that situation.
My final question has to do with the glucometer. Is this something that you prescribe for patients to buy themselves?
What happened is that we advise that any diabetic patient should own your personal glucometer machine, because that is something you yourself you have to be using to be monitoring your sugar level. So we advise that everybody should own one. If you are diabetic, it's advisable that you should own one. But we don't normally prescribe it for people to go and buy. We advise you that you should own one. That is it.
Yeah, one of the allegations was that
yes, I'm sure if you interview the relatives, they themselves, they will tell you that it's not true. There was a nurse at the OPD, but when he had the information that there is a difficulty in managing a case at the emergency, that nurse went to the emergency to support the other nurses at the emergency. You can see that the OPD is very close to the emergency. So she left there to join the other nurse, because I was told that they were giving what we call CPR when you are doing CPR, you have to call for help. So every nurse, wherever, it has to come. So that person moved from that station to join and assist in the CPR.
Doc, any other thing you would want to add as far as enhancing the image of this facility is concerned?
No, we only have to say that as media personnel, if you heard of any information regarding any case, please take your time, investigate. Because sometimes you jump to conclusion. Especially the case that was reported, absolutely you see that it was a false reportage because the patient was on admission with us. The patient did not just arrive. There was somebody that we were already taking care of. So it was a false reportage. So let's take our time as media personnel. I know you are doing good job for Mother Ghana, but let us get the facts of the matter before we go, before we publish, before publishing.
Very well. Thank you very much.